Nice, guys. Nice. Leroy, what's happening? Looking good, mate. Looking good. Full bomb style.
You get sick and good.
So once you've done your forward or backward rolls, grab a quick drink, and then we'll have our seat around the middle. We'll get stuck into our technique tonight. It's all right. I'll warm you all up, and then I make you all just like relax. Come in nice and close, guys, so I don't have to yell too much. I know I'm not that good looking, but still can get kind of close. Sammy, come over here. All right, so what have we been working on lately? Basically our guard passing, okay? I've been going through like some concepts of passing the guard, especially when you're out wide and there's no grips yet, all right? So your partner is laying on their back, they haven't stood up, they haven't sat up yet, okay? And they're like laying on their back trying to use the guard. Now, we have an opportunity here to get the upper hand if we need to, or if we want to, all right? And what I was going over the other week was a lot of people just sort of waltz into a guard. And you don't need to go into the guard. You can start to set up your passing, or at least arrange the guard in a certain way is going to allow you to start to pass a little easier without getting tied up too easy. So most people, what will happen here is they'll start here, they start to come in, they grab the legs or whatever, they grab the, and then the guy starts to go to De La Riva or something like this, and now they have to deal with all this before they can start to actually actively pass the guard, all right? Or another scenario, like I come in and I grab the pants, he grabs my sleeves, he puts his feet on me. So now I have to start to deal with the guard before I can start to do a guard pass, all right? And the reason that kind of happens a lot is because people sort of just waltz in. They just like see the guard and then they're like, here you go, have everything. Go. So what we've been working on lately is like, instead of just putting our hands in or just putting our knee in straight away, is actually like controlling the legs, holding the feet, not allowing our partner to have their feet on me. So if he's trying to get his legs on me, I'm just like keeping his legs to the side. And I'm not necessarily trying to even pass his guard yet. I'm just opening up space for myself to be able to move around. All right? Every time there's like a hook in my leg, I've got to deal with that hook. All right? And if you notice what happens when I deal with the hook, his feet are now not pushing me. So the goal is, at the start, the goal is to try to avoid the feet being on me. As soon as the feet are on me, he can start to use his feet against me. He can make a block. He can start to use his spider guard. He can start to use De La Riva. All these pushers, levers, and lifters, they're hard to get through. All right? So why go in there straight away and make it easier for him to have those things straight away? Cool? Stay on the outside, and then you can start to, obviously he's going to be able to grip me and he's still going to be trying to use his legs, but instead of just waltzing in and giving him the position, try to go here, Sammy, put your legs up. Yeah, and you're just holding the legs off. As soon as you feel like he's going to start to bring his leg in, you're moving to the side. So you're creating reactions. And those reactions are going to start to create the guard passes that you need. And this happens all the time. It happens in all the positions, right? So in spider guard, we can do things where I'm like this and I'm tied up, but I can use my knee on the back of his leg, start to get my hands off, push the legs off, move out. Now his feet are not pushing him. If he's got the De La Riva, I need to deal with these legs before I can start to pass De La Riva. If I try to pass now, I'm going to get swept. So by pushing the leg out, turning my knee, having the legs off me, the feet are now not pushing on me. It's going to give me a better chance to start to like go to a smash pass or go somewhere where I can start to at least start the pass. Cool. So all I want you guys to do now, just as part of the warm-up, so you're not going hard at all, is literally just sort of be here, the feet are going to be up, and I just want you guys to sort of like hold the legs. You're not holding them really tight, just loose. And every time you sort of, your goal is just to sort of get around to the side, all right? But your partner's going to be just using their feet. So as they're here, some of you are going to use your feet and try and hook, but I'm just keeping those feet off me. I can keep him close to his butt. I can push him above his head, all right? Or I can start to bring him to the side. If he starts to go back the other way, I can push him the other side, and just keeping the legs away from you, and then I'm going to go back. Cool? If they get hooked up, I want you to like push and step off, and maybe go the other way, and then start again. Cool? So it's just, we'll just do this like 2 minutes. Really, it's just like start feel the flow of the drill. So it's just here. Ooh. See, I'm not allowing his feet, and I go around. Come back. Here, he hooks, step off, push the legs, come back around. So it's a really simple drill. All right? You're just not allowing those legs to be on you, and you're trying to keep both legs to one side as much as possible. Cool? All right, guys, on 3. Grab a partner. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Let's go. We'll do 2, 3 minutes of this each, then I'll come back and go through the next technique. Okay, go. Just watch out behind you. There you go. Nice, guys. Nice and relaxed. You guys on the bottom, you can use this to loosen the hips up a little bit. Beautiful. Nice, guys. Just a little bit longer. 30 more seconds. Okay, swap over, guys. Beautiful. Really good. Nice movement. Just keep active with the legs on the bottom. Don't stay still. Just keep moving around. Very good. Let's go. Think about what your patterns would be if you're trying to recover your guard with someone on an over guard, guys. Cool?
That was a good one. Just stretch them.
Yeah.
Do that again.
Like that.
Okay.
1 more minute. Nice, guys. Keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Very good. Every time you feel like you're getting blocked by a foot, you need to think about what's blocking you and then move your body off it. And move your leg off it or your arm out of the way. All right? Each time you hit a wall, go around the wall. Don't try to keep going through. Keep going through. Very good. Nice. Good, guys. Okay, relax. Come back to the middle, guys. Oh, beautiful. All right, so we can use this in the application. Like, obviously, that's like, we can use that idea, especially if they have grips and stuff too. We can still use the same idea of trying to keep the feet off. Another way we can do it is when we enter in, like I was saying, we don't have to waltz into the guard and allow our partner to have hooks and stuff, okay? It is difficult to stop them from having their grips, all right? Some guys are just really good with the guard, they get their grips. But if we can start to enter the guard and have it more like on our terms rather than theirs, okay? So again, one of the things I see a lot, and especially with common passing, like a knee cut, is the first thing that comes in for a knee cut is the knee, which kind of makes sense because the position is called the knee cut, right? But the problem when this happens is you come in with the knee cut and then the guy can start to tie you up, right? They can play inside De La Riva, they can put the knee as a shield, they can start to block you from getting around. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say I'm here, I see the opening, like I'm controlling the legs, I see the opening to do the knee cut, so I go 1, 2, my hand goes on, but now I bring my knee in. And I end up in a knee cut position here, right? But he's got the leg in. Or because I'm so high, he might not get the leg in, but he blocks me with the other leg. So now I'm like stuck. And this happens a lot when you see like this. Guys here and they go, and now, yeah, they enter the knee cut, but the guy has the leg here in the reverse De La Riva, and now he has the knee to block as well. So now I have to deal with the reverse De La Riva and I have to deal with the knee shield. It's a very difficult way to pass the guard, right? I'm probably better off like even thinking about maybe backing out and resetting. So another way we can start to enter into the position is rather than thinking about doing the knee cut straight away, is using our arms to block the legs, keeping them off us, and then entering in with the knee. So using a similar principle or concept. So when I'm here, I'm going to still come in with my hand on the hip and my hand on the knee, but my shoulder is going to go lower than his knee. Cool? So instead of coming in like this, I'm going to come in like low. Cool? Now, my forearm, I'm going to open, like opening my arms up. So I'm putting pressure like here. So now I can get really low, and as I come in, my body's now taking up the space of where this leg would come in. If I'm like high, or if I'm low, I can push my body, and my shoulder is lower than his knee, so I'm blocking here. My knee's able to come through now. So now you've got the free rein how you want to go through. You can go with your arm through. You could just keep the hand on the hip, which is, I like to do that. Just keep my hand on the hip and keep pressing against here and just hold and come through here. All right? But I'm not getting tied up with the knees as I go in. Cool? So here, 1, 2. Look, open and put pressure through the hips. From here, I step over and my knee's going to come and I drop in nice and close. Cool? I'm not high. If I go too high, there's too much space. What happens though if we're low and he brings his leg inside? Right? You just got to stabilize position, step back, get rid of that like you did out here. Guys here, you push it off. Cool? You just got to think like that's the block, that's stopping me from getting through. What's blocking me? I'm not going to go in the wall, I go around or over it. And now we can go through again. Grab the collar, grab the sleeve. Okay, you can even grab the head here. You can underhook and change the grip. There's lots of different variations to the actual knee cut. What I really want you guys to work on though, rather than because we can work on different variations and holds of the gi and positioning of arms and body. What the goal is tonight is more here, moving around. I see the opportunity. Look, oh, see my shoulder? My legs are away. Now I come in and then come back. Oh, here. Oh. See? Now I can grip depending on what he does. If he pushes, okay, I can grip. I can change my angle of my body as I come through. There's lots of variations of the actual pass itself. So we will go into those variations at a later stage, but first I just want to get the understanding of the entrance without getting tied up too much. So here, you guys are doing the same drill. Hand in. Once you see that, I want you to step and get nice and low. And I'm pushing again, so I'm not rocking. All right, my butt is heavy, okay? But my shoulder, I've got a lot of lateral movement this way. Cool? So effectively what I'm trying to do is keep his legs apart so they can't come back onto me. Ooh, keep the legs apart. Then you guys can just slide through however you want to finish the pass tonight. Cool? Does that make sense? It's a lot easier to do it this way than it is to go like this. See the difference? When I go in, ooh, this comes in, this goes here. Now I've got to fight this, fight this. This is a different pass to a knee guard because this guard is a different guard. It's an actual guard, right? Inside De La Riva, reverse De La Riva is a guard. And every time a guard comes in, I need to deal with that guard necessarily like the way that it needs to be dealt with. The knee shield is a guard, so I have to deal with the knee shield. But if I can come in and avoid those two positions, and then come in, now I don't have to deal with those positions. The only one that's going to be effective really is here. It's not too effective, push and step off. All right? If you're worried about your partner bringing that leg up, close your space, guys. Remember the principle of guard passing or being on top is to suck the space away. On the bottom is to open space. Look what we're doing here. We're sucking all the space out of here. If you guys don't want this space in, turn your knee in a little bit. Take the space away. Like we talked about that when you're using spider guard and you're using your knee and you're circling off. Instead of having your leg open where they can hook, turn your knees in. Almost like you're standing like this. So now if he tries to play down here, it's hard. If he tries to get the hook, it's hard. If your legs like this, easy. See? Yeah. Ooh, shut his face all the time. Cool. So one, lock it in, knee, and then you can get your pass there. Cool? All right, guys, let's go. Just have a play around with it. If you need help, then I'll come around. Cool? On three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Thanks, guys. Let's go. Get low, get low. There you go. Beautiful.
Start looking at like if they're here, start looking at like making them like when they come in the side going to press that. So you make them here on their sides here.
That's perfect for that one too. Yeah, that's the one Dan's goes to is like the shear. Like you're shearing your feet instead of crossing them like that. Yeah, to do that one makes it even more. Yeah,
Like that right there's unstoppable.
Yeah.
If you're playing like this, just a few moves, absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Oh, I did. Yeah. It's hard to understand. Definitely. It's not the worst position. It doesn't feel like the worst position. You start to like put pressure on the head, hold the body. And then the problem is that now I can start to get to here. Yeah, it just changes. And a lot of the time you know when they go underneath your leg, they're going to kick your feet. So when they do that, you just sit like you got to sit back there and your foot is an active post. Right? What you do is go here, that's your wall there, is it holding the sleeve. Walk up and then sitting up in the back sweep. Yeah, you're still playing guard, but it's just not as effective as what it was. This is a good one too. Yeah, well the legs become available. And this grip is good, and then you just put your elbow over the top. So now you can't actually kick your knee and then you can slip in. I like controlling that bottom leg up.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
But yeah, you got to sit back.
I've been controlling the top of it. Open to pull, forward, and then lock your leg out like an out, reverse down. But it's hard because it's reverse knee half.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what you're spinning into.
Pretty much, and with the leg between.
Yeah.
So if you get a guy who's good there, you can be dangerous.
If they hit their outside pull, it's that.